Yeah,
two
quarterfinal.
things. Number one, I have yet to see a whole lot of activity or marketing or
Mm.
things
Okay.
around the city. I'm just talking
Yeah.
like outdoor
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
otherwise. I haven't seen a lot. What I can tell you is that people are excited. Everyone's talking about it.
Fired up and ready
So
to go.
everyone's super excited, and maybe FIFA feels like, well, we don't
Yeah.
have to do a whole lot because it's the World Cup.
All right, episode 163. We're back, Rob.
163.
As you were humming our intro music on the way in.
Right. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no.
It's good times. Good times.
Did
All
you
right,
watch
episode
the
163. Oh, go
before we
ahead.
get started, did you watch the US men's soccer match last night?
I am not ashamed to admit that I watched every minute of both games.
There's no what there's no shame in that. You're a proud American.
I'm a proud American.
You're a patriot.
I'm a
You're a
fan of
patriot if nothing
soccer.
else.
I love the World Cup. And I watched every minute of both games.
Yeah.
And I think my takeaway is not that you're asking, but my takeaway is: did we learn anything? Or did we beat either of the two top 10 teams in the world? No, right? Did we learn anything about our team watching them? No. You know, do we have any hope, or do we feel better about heading into the World Cup, or have any rhythm, or have any understanding of what we're doing? I would say the answer to that is no. Like, and lastly, did I have fun watching those games? Absolutely not. Those games were not good. So, I mean, I get it. It's friendlies. We have the ability to change players and an inordinate amount, and he's trying to figure out which players to pick for the
Right.
cup, for the World Cup, right? I mean, I understand that, but there is something to be said for if you just change 7 or 8 players every single game for an entire year, you build no continuity. So I don't, it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough one as a fan, So, I mean,
Are we gonna make it out of the
are
are
we going to
we
make it out of
gonna
group? We will make it out of group.
You
I
think
think,
so?
but yeah, I think because
I
we
don't think
are
it's gonna be easy.
there may be a tiebreaker involved. I
Yeah.
think I have to be positive that we're going to make it out of group. But this whole so-called golden generation of U.S. men's national team players, I don't think it is it. I mean, Pulisic hasn't scored a goal in well over a year.
He's struggling.
Yeah,
Well, and they moved him around again last night, and not
exactly.
that does not help him build any confidence putting a
Yeah.
10 up there.
Do you
Like,
play him on the wing? Do you play him central? I mean, we did the false 9, all the different things, right? And it's like, our buildup was great until it got to Pulisic, and he takes 15 touches and doesn't make a decision.
yeah.
And the team wholeheartedly is allergic to shooting. They just don't shoot ever, you know?
Yeah.
And then they get frustrated and they shoot from way outside the box. It's maddening to
It
watch.
would have been really nice for him to get a goal in one of these 2 friendlies,
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
get some momentum going in, because you're
Yeah.
right, he hasn't scored in over a year, and
Yeah.
it's just like, "Oh, Lord."
And he's a great club player. I mean, he's a good player, you know?
He's a
Um,
very good player.
yeah. I mean,
I don't
okay,
know, man.
so back at you. Did you watch any of the matches?
Yeah, I watched both of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched both of them.
What was your
We don't have anyone if anyone gets injured, we're in trouble. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of depth.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah.
I need to see Miles Robinson out there.
Really?
Like,
Yeah, he didn't play at all, which I thought was interesting.
no, and if he doesn't make the squad and play and start, I'm gonna be
Really?
bothered by that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Our center backs these last 2 games were not good, and they
right.
were totally out of position, nor it was embarrassingly bad on that first turnover that we had in the second game against Portugal,
Yeah,
that neither center back even remotely made an attempt to
yeah,
track back. And then the body language of just like ho hum, it's like, oh my God, that's not it. But there are some players I love. Like, I love Anthony Robinson. I mean, there are a
yeah.
lot. McKennie looked great. I mean, we have like these little bits of like, oh, good things are happening, and then,
I know.
but we just can't. we can't do anything in the final third. Like, we have these 20 minutes where, man, we look really awesome, but we played out of the back. We did, but it's like, oh, but we didn't get a single shot during those 20 minutes. Like, nothing happened. You know what I mean? Like, so it's,
I think it's I mean, I think it's 50-50 that we make it out of the, out of the group
well,
stage. I mean, Turkey, they beat us. Like, Turkey's no slouch.
I know Turkey beat us in the last World Cup, didn't they? Or was it
Yeah.
the one before? I can't remember.
I
We got
think it was the last.
Paraguay, right? Don't we have
Yeah.
Paraguay in our group, right?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
had Paraguay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's, I don't know, man. It's
It
going to be
l
tough.
let me say this, I 100% agree with you, it is not a guarantee whatsoever that we get out.
Yeah.
We don't score. I mean, we just don't score, and then the minute we give up a bad transitional goal or a turnover goal, we just crater, and we don't have that fire, that sense of urgency, it just doesn't seem like, right? So, I mean, I agree with you, there's no ch but man, dude, I gotta hope, I mean, come on,
Well,
dude,
I
we've
mean, yeah.
got
I
to
mean,
get
just
out
you
of
got to
group like
believe that
yeah,
we're
I
gonna make
mean,
it. Um,
there were you know, there were fits there. We were up in against Belgium 1-0, and
yeah. Well, our first half was great
the first half was
until they got
awesome.
the equalizer at the end.
Yeah, they got the equalizer right
But we
before half,
played great. We
and
looked
that is
great.
classic US men's national team. We're awesome, and then 1 minute left to go in the half, and we give up a crappy ass goal. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, there were moments against Portugal, man, we looked awesome. So I mean, I have to believe that these guys can put it together. He can pick the starting 11, with the key rotational squad. They're going to get more practice time before the World Cup starts. It's not like World Cup starts tomorrow.
Correct.
They're gonna get
Yeah. 2
time.
months,
You
60
know,
days.
is that what it is? It's 60 days.
Well, it
Okay,
starts at
wow.
what, June 15th, I think is the first,
Yeah.
either the 12th or
Okay.
the 15th. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
amazing that all these guys go back and now play for their club teams. I mean, they're still there's club
no
matches
one
and
get
stuff.
hurt. No one
I
get hurt.
know. I know.
No one get hurt.
So yeah, I mean, oh man.
Great news. They were able to pick kits that did not look exactly
Oh my,
alike.
thank God. Thank God. It,
So
it,
that
it
was good
looked,
news.
it did look a lot better. It's like, oh, I can tell who
I
we're
could tell
passing to. Yeah.
who's who. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was,
Very good.
that was interesting. Do you remember that reminds me? I mean, from a, if we want to pivot to a design perspective, when the NFL launched the Color Rush uniforms. Do you remember that? Like several years ago, I think it coincided
Yeah,
with some Thursday night, and there was a big hubbub of. Oh, the internet's going to fact check me here, but I believe it was the Bills and the Jets played a divisional game, and the Bills were all red, and the
yeah.
Jets were all green.
It was the
And the
Christmas
report
bowl.
was, "Oh man, if you're colorblind, you can't tell who is
You
who."
can't tell anything.
Because that's the most common color blindness, right, is the red-green aspect, right? They're both wearing white helmets, and obviously one team's going left to right and one team's going right. You can't tell what the hell's going on? And it's like, man, the NFL, so even if the NFL who tests everything under the sun, who picks venues years ahead of time, who has all of their graphics locked and like, I mean, they you know, that shield, man, they test everything under the sun. Like, so even if they can have a weird blunder like that, it's funny how, yeah, FIFA can have the uniform blunder or other things can happen, from a
Yeah,
design
just something that
perspective that
seems so really?
yeah.
Nobody
Yeah,
nobody checked that?
I
Like,
know, I know. And
happens.
secondly, like, you traveled and you don't have the other jersey, like, you flew
Yeah, you
around
didn't
and went
bring
to
a you
yeah,
didn't bring
where's
the
the
backup
equipment?
jersey?
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know anything about equipment managers, but like I have to imagine there's backups. Something must have like it's so bizarre. So
Well, did you see
um,
while we're on it, did you see the US kit that they put out?
the stripe one or
The new
is
wavy gravy?
yeah,
Yeah.
the new wavy gray. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, how do you like it? Do you feel good about it?
Yeah. It looks American. It
Yeah, I
looks like
mean,
a flag. I don't,
pair it
like
with pair it with blue shorts and you're good to go. I'm the designer in me hates that it just cuts abruptly on the back for the numbers. And I understand you have to be able to see the numbers. I mean, I
yeah.
absolutely get it.
Yeah.
But you look at the players on the back, and oftentimes you're seeing the back of the jerseys. I mean, players are running around in all different directions. This isn't a left to right game. I mean, this is all over the place.
Correct.
And so it's just a white jersey from behind with a number on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
would think that
I kind of
y
wish there was something back there.
I'll have to look at it again, but you would think that they could, because 'cause you're right, it just is a hard, because I was looking at the jerseys to potentially buy one. I just was
Yeah,
curious
yeah,
to see how
yeah.
how much they cost, how it works, what are
How
you gonna
much are
do with
they?
that? They're so
Let me guess, like 185.
that's a good guess. 180.
Okay. Okay, ooh, I was
180.
close.
Now
Alright.
now I don't know, I didn't go far enough to recognize if that is if you customize yours,
Yeah.
or if you're buying,
Yeah, and
add-ons or something.
there's the
I
authentic
don't know.
one and the second tier, like, all the different
Yeah,
yeah.
the one that's not official, I
Yeah.
guess, is like 130 for the
Oh,
unofficial
Jesus.
version
Yeah.
and like 180 for
Dude, can't go to the
the
stadium wearing the unofficial, come on, you know?
No, you can't do that.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
gonna buy
funny.
one? Let's ask ourselves that question.
Would you buy one?
Are you gonna buy one? Do you have
Oh,
any interest in buying one?
I actually have a US men's national team jersey.
You do?
I have an old one. I have an old
R
one, I don't have the new one or whatever. So I am not going to buy this year's,
Not going to
one.
buy it.
I've got mine is boring as shit. It is just white. It is
Just
literally just a
white.
white jersey with a thing on there and whatever that. So, the full backstory of it was family vacation in New York City. And we decided this is such a dumb story. I can't even believe I'm gonna tell this out
Can I
loud, but like,
guess?
yeah,
Can I
go for it.
guess what led to it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me what month was the vacation in?
Oh, it was raging summer. It's the
Okay.
middle of summer. Summer in New York City.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
You you needed an outfit change at some point
Mhm.
because we were walking blocks and blocks and blocks all
Abs
around New York City, and we were drenched in
absolutely.
sweat, and we
Drenched.
need to we jumped we popped into the FIFA
Yeah.
store and grabbed the jersey.
100% drenched. We walked from what, like, Battery Park or whatever, all the way up to like Times Square, because my
Yeah,
son wanted to see Times Square and do things and, like whatever,
yeah.
right? And I'm like, oh man, I am roasting. Just like, oh, I am, I'm like, you know what? Oh, there's like the FIFA store or what. Like, I'm gonna go pop in there and get myself a US men's, and I'm like, all right, wardrobe change, yeah,
Wardrobe
full
change.
blown,
Now, did we throw
yeah, I
away
mean,
the
I
other
got the
shirt?
backpack on with all the supplies. I mean, I'm just sweating buckets,
Okay,
so
so then you took the sweaty shirt and put it in the backpack.
no, I threw it away.
You tossed it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Tossed
not.
it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Gone.
it's a t-shirt, man. I got so many t-shirts I don't even have time to wear. So it's yeah, that baby. I mean, I think I've literally walked out of the store full on. I mean, it's New York City. Who gives a rat's ass? You know what I mean? Just
I'm
shirt
sure you
off.
weren't the only half naked person on the
Yeah,
street in Times
yeah.
Square.
In Times Square for crying out loud.
Right.
Like shirt off, new shirt on. Whew, God, I feel like $1,000,000. Let me go stand in the CVS for 5 minutes to get a Powerade and some air conditioning, and then we're back at it. So
Well, I am
yeah,
interested to see since this podcast is about the World Cup and soccer, uh,
not what our
now
topic is supposed to
we
be.
pivoted, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm fine. This is a good one.
yeah,
Because we're in Atlanta, one of the host cities, obviously,
yeah,
and a major host city at that.
yeah.
Two
Quarterfinals.
things. Number one, I have yet to see um a whole lot of activity or marketing or
Mm,
things
okay.
around the city. I'm just talking
Yeah,
like outdoor or
yeah.
otherwise. I haven't seen a lot. What I can tell you is that people are excited. Like
Fired up, man.
people are talking about it. I mean, everywhere I go, everyone's talking about it.
Fired up and ready
So
to go.
everyone's super excited, and maybe FIFA feels like, well, we don't
Yeah,
have to do a whole lot because it's the World Cup,
yeah,
I guess, but I am very excited now that we're 60 days out roughly
yeah.
to see stuff start popping
What I
up.
find interesting is that, I mean, it dwarfs the Super Bowl, right, in terms of global viewership,
Global,
and the
yeah,
Super Bowl
sure.
gets what, like 120 million people or 120 million households or something like that, and like the World Cup will be like
A
well over a
billion.
billion.
Yeah,
Well over a billion, yeah.
yeah.
Um, but yet we don't talk about the advertorial aspect of the World Cup, like we
Yeah,
do the Super Bowl, at least domestically, right? And it's for those that know and love soccer, we don't have commercial breaks. We don't stop. You know what I mean? The
it's
clock
a running
rolls
clock.
and it's going, right? So television broadcasters have figured out, and I don't know if you noticed this during some of these recent, where they will like they shrink the box. They box and
Yeah,
box and then put ads around the side while the
yeah,
action is still going, and then you of course have digitally imposed logos on outside of
right.
the field, and you got the sideline. I mean, there's advertising hidden all over the damn place.
Yeah.
But it'll be really interesting to see during the World Cup itself, like what additional avenues of media placement and advertising do they do? And who are gonna be the big advertisers? I mean, is
Yeah,
it, like your traditional Olympic style advertisers? Like we had talked about Pokemon. Like I was shocked that Pokemon was advertising so heavily during the Olympics, right? I mean, this is an Olympic level event. Who are those giant advertisers gonna be outside of Coca-Cola and Procter& and
right,
Gamble and the obvious
right.
ones, you know? So,
Well,
um
and it's I mean, the beauty of the beloved game is the running clock, right?
yeah, it's great.
And it's like it's interesting to think about, and we've talked about this before, but the difference between going to a soccer match versus going to a football match.
Yeah, totally.
Or a football game is an 8-hour process.
Yeah.
Is time It's all timeouts and very, very
Yeah.
little game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Soccer's the opposite, which is why we love it so much. And yeah, it used to be, hey, this half is brought to you commercial free by
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. But yeah,
Yeah.
now we just move the screen over because they're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we're getting our
Or
ads
like
in there.
where the score is up in the little corner,
Yeah,
like
you'll get a
a
little
little
whoop,
box will open and we'll get some
and then
logos
go
and some
back in.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I don't,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
did see the other day that, they can't, because it's all FIFA stuff, they can't call it, for those who don't know, it's Mercedes-Benz Stadium here, and they can't call it that. They can't call it Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And
Okay.
so as part of the deal, they have to, and if you haven't seen the stadium, go look at it. It's a remarkable feat of engineering, and it's absolutely beautiful. But there are giant, giant Mercedes logos on the
Humongous.
building.
Yeah.
They have to cover those up
Yeah, they're like
for
bigger
the
than people's houses. I mean, the logos
oh,
are
they're massive. They're massive. So they have
gigantic.
to cover those up during the World Cup. But
How are
FIFA
they gonna
gave
do
them an exception
Okay.
because the top is a retractable top. And again, if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, go see it. But it opens, it's circular, and it
Yeah.
kind of opens
The
like that.
Oculus, I think they call
An
it, right?
Oculus. Ooh, it is an
Yeah.
Oculus.
Yeah.
Oculus Prime. Um, and but the whole thing is the whole top is a logo, is the
Yeah.
Mercedes logo. Well,
Yeah.
they couldn't figure out any
Yeah.
way to cover that. So
So
FIFA
are we getting
granted
an
FIFA granted
exemption?
them an exception. And they said,
Wow.
fine, you don't have to,
Okay.
you don't have to cover
Well,
that.
Mercedes is, dare I say, right, a gigantic global brand. Okay, it isn't like a American Family
No,
Insurance Stadium,
no.
like or something that's so just domestic or regional specific.
Yeah,
It's like it's freaking Mercedes, man. There's cars everywhere.
right.
All over the world their cars are. So, if you are going to grant an exception, I would say that Mercedes is probably a good brand to align yourself
Yeah, and
with.
not a whole lot you can do about that. I mean,
Yeah,
you drape a tarp over the,
yeah, yeah. I
drape a
think
giant tarp.
I did find it interesting, at least on the Portugal broadcast, that they were talking about how many of the players from Portugal were excited to play in that building,
I
specifically,
believe it. I
um,
mean, it's
because I think one of the guys, Bruno Fernandes, was I think he played in the Club World Cup there. I could be wrong, but like it was like there were a few Portugal players that had been there before, but then were super excited and just like, hey, there's nothing like this really anywhere else in the world, and it's kind of insane that like Atlanta of all places is like, I mean, if you're talking about, I mean, he is the assist leader in the Premier League for Manchester United this season.
right.
I mean, this is like you're on one of the top 5 clubs in the world, leading category statistically in that club. And you're saying, man, this is amazing. There isn't anything else like this in the world. And of all places, that's in Atlanta. Like it kind of gives you goosebumps in a weird way,
Well,
Like,
we take it for granted because we go there all the time, but
yeah,
and I will tell you, because so again, for those who don't know, it's turf on the inside of the
yeah,
no, typically. Well, they obviously that doesn't work for the World Cup, so they've come in and they've put down the
yeah,
grass, and they've had the grass for a little while, and so Atlanta United's been playing on the grass. It
yeah.
is awesome.
It looks
I
great.
mean, it is awesome,
Yeah,
and it is very noticeable the difference when you're there
yeah.
watching it. Like it's noticeably different.
It's
Guys are
better with
sliding
grass,
all
man.
over the place.
Yeah,
Like it's just,
better with
uh,
grass.
I wish they would keep it that way afterwards, but
I mean, they can't. I mean,
they
the
can't.
reason why they can't is it's a multi-purpose venue, and like
Right.
so many other events happen there. I mean, you build $1 billion or how many $2 billion? How big? How many? It doesn't even
All
matter.
the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you spend all the money on this thing. You need to lease that thing out. Yeah, every day of the
Oh
week. I
yeah.
mean, I get it. But man, it's so nice with the
It
grass.
really is. It's awesome. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a pretty special place, and it's a pretty a lot of good memories in that place, and a lot of good events there, and, not the best for concerts, I will say that. The hard
No.
surfaces and it's not a great concert venue, I mean, but it is big, so a lot of concerts occur there,
Yeah.
Um, but for sporting, man, it's legit, so and I will say this, now this has turned into a podcast all about Mercedes-Benz Stadium and how amazing they are, but it is local to us. Um I remember reading a million years ago that they had hired all of these people from Disney, from the theme parks specifically, right? To
Hmm.
talk about ingress and egress when they were designing that building. Do you remember this? Does this ring a bell or
I don't
whatever?
remember that.
Oh, it was, yeah, they were talking, the biggest problem with events like this is you get 70,000 people in at once, and then even worse, they all have to leave at the same time because those
Yeah.
70,000 will trickle in over, an hour or
Right.
two, right?
And then it just
So
yeah.
there's nothing worse, from a fan perspective, right, or from an engagement perspective of waiting in lines, right? I mean, like, I'm waiting in line, I'm waiting in line, I'm waiting in line, I'm waiting in line to leave, I'm waiting in line to get in, but, da, 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 like, whatever the case may whether you got there late or not, that's what kills those events, as fans
Right.
bitch and moan and complain about waiting in lines. So, yeah, they hired, like, theme park specialists on, like, how do you get hundreds of thousands of people through Disney every day and still have that customer service experience that everybody loves. It's the happiest place on earth, right? And they designed a lot of the wayfinding and a lot of the ingress and
Mm.
egress and how the ticketing works and all these different things, with kind of like a theme park in mind. And you don't really think about that until you go somewhere else. Like, to your point about being spoiled, like, the place is incredible. The way that
Yeah.
they handle everything is amazing, and then you go to a concert somewhere else, and you're sitting in the parking lot for 45 minutes after the concert ended trying to get out, and you're like, "Dude, this sucks." Like,
Yeah.
they have it
Yeah.
figured out there, man. They really, really do.
Well, and I'll
So
tell you to that end, I will say shout out to all of the folks who work there because their
totally.
customer service is I mean, you go to a match there and you are literally like greeted, like individually greeted by
Yeah.
no less than 10 people walking through that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone is smiling and everyone is I mean, the whole
Yeah.
experience all the way
Yeah.
around is
Yeah,
pretty
people are
bad.
shouting out, like, "Welcome home," and all this I mean, like,
Yeah,
full
it's
on like,
nuts.
they got their catchphrases like how Chick-fil-A has, "My pleasure," or like,
Yeah.
it's pretty impressive,
Yeah,
so
it's an ama well, I for one can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. And I also too just love stating the obvious, but just the international flair of the of what happens during the World
Oh,
Cup, and
dude, totally.
everyone is out and just going bonkers, and,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome. I'm
I read
psyched.
an article in the paper about this guy that's been to, like, every World Cup, for the last however many the guy's, like, 50 or 60, and he freaking it's gotten so expensive, right, was kind of the part of the
Yeah.
article or whatever, and he's an English guy, and he sold his house so that he could buy tickets and
Hey,
go to the
man.
World Cup, and take the,
Look,
like, 6
football is
weeks
life.
off or whatever. It's like, dude, that is nuts, in my opinion, so,
Well, I can vouch for that. The ticket prices are insane, and I was thinking
yeah.
back to I was talking about somebody about this the other day, the last time it was in the US was in '94, right?
94, yeah.
And I remember back then watching it and how crazy it
Yeah,
was and I mean, that was a long time ago.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
think about it now. I mean, the place is
yeah.
just gonna be absolutely
94 was
bonkers.
the fabled, US-Brazil game, right, where Brazil got a red card, and we were
Yeah.
holding on, holding on, holding on, holding on, and I think we lost that 1 to nothing.
Yeah.
But man, it
Yeah.
was like we had a chance. We coulda, you know what I mean? Like, that
I
was
mean,
the old
that was over
Alexi
30
Lalas.
years ago.
Oh,
Think
dude,
about
that is
that. That was over 30 years ago.
yeah, that sucks right there,
Yeah. Wah, wah,
but
wah.
yeah, I mean, I don't think 30 years ago I really understood the significance of the world. You know what I mean? It was kinda like, it's just this kinda weird, wacky thing, kinda like the Olympics happens every so often, but so
Well, I think safe
yeah,
to say, football here in the United States or soccer here in the United States has had a meteoric rise over the past 30 years. I mean,
totally,
um, so
totally.
it'll be awesome. And
Yeah,
I
I mean,
wanna
just
go
look at the
down and do
value.
the whole they're doing, like, a whole FIFA fan zone
Yeah.
variants and all this kinda crazy stuff. It's gonna be a circus.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be
I'm
well, I mean, just
psyched.
look at the meteoric rise of is MLS going to make it? Are they going to go
Right.
bankrupt? To, like, now every franchise is worth $500,000,000. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we're filling the bins with 70,000 people
I
sometimes
know, I
watching these
know. For
matches. It's
just a club
crazy
match, for a club match, you know?
for a club
So
match.
it's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, here's what happened. This was not supposed to be today's topic. We'll save it for next time.
Yeah,
But this has been a fun chit chat. I will be interested to see how 2 things. I love, uh being surprised by the kits of all the different countries, and
yeah,
somebody's gonna come out with a badass like, I was it Kenya one year? There wasn't a there was or it was Zimbabwe, some African nation had, like, the most amazing whole soccer kit that was, like, the talk of the World Cup last time, right? Like, the
yeah.
fluorescent zigzag or something, and it was like so somebody's gonna bring the thunder and have some super cool design jerseys, and then I'm very curious to see what happens with the advertising and how they try to cram more advertising in, you know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna
Yeah.
predict that there is a back to your Pokemon. I'm gonna predict that there's a Pokemon-inspired jersey somewhere.
What? Okay,
Yes.
I'll
How
take it.
about
Well,
that?
it is the 30th anniversary.
It's the
Um,
30th anniversary.
did Japan qualify? I don't even know. Call
I
me an idiot. As much as I saying here I love it, I don't know all 64 teams, you know? So,
I don't know. Well, if they don't allow Iran to play, then Japan can slot into
there you go.
to
There you
Iran
go. Yeah,
slot.
well, I mean, we've been staying away from all the other aspect of the World Cup and it being here for sure, so focus on the positive, you know? So
Hey, soccer brings everybody together, brings all
let's
the
hope
people
so.
together.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. So
All right. Well, I'm sure it won't be the last time that we talk about the World Cup.
no, no, we'll do a recap. We'll do a recap, you know, at the end of summer or afterwards. You know what I mean? If there were any interesting takeaways, because I do remember on one of our previous podcasts too, you told the great famous story of the launch of Puma, right? The Puma versus Adidas, you know,
Yeah,
and the tying of
the
the shoe, right?
midfield shoe
Mhm.
tie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, yeah, there's a lot of good. I mean, advertising and the World Cup, you know, go hand in hand, just like the Super Bowl does.
I
So
would
there's
love to
always,
know the prices on some of those things because we always get the Super Bowl price. Oh,
yeah,
it cost $10 million for 30
yeah,
seconds or
yeah,
what.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would I would love to know some of the pricing.
Yeah.
I've got a friend at FIFA. Maybe I can get some intel.
There you
Uh,
go. All
we'll
right.
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All
All
right. In
right,
the
folks.
meantime, right, everybody can find us at mocktheagency.com.
That's right. And
Anywhere
on all the
else?
socials.
Find us in the stands and the
Find us in
nosebleeds.
the streets. Find us in the stands.
Yeah.
We're everywhere. All
Well,
right,
yeah.
everybody. We'll tune in
All right.
next time.
We'll see you next time.